very up and down Season 2. I posted an entire overview of Season 2. I talked about it at length for like 25 minutes or so. And we're not going to talk about Season 2 right now. We're talking about the offseason and getting ahead to Season 3. So if you want to see more of the Season 2 recap, see those stats, watch the previous video. And now it's time to head forward. So we did not make the playoffs. We finished 9-7. And we were very close to making the playoffs, but it's still great improvement after a 3-13 season to get up 6 wins and see tremendous improvement on defense. So I'm just going to keep simming forward, and we're going to eventually see the Super Bowl matchup here. And we're also going to go through the Pro Bowls because not even I get to see that until Pro Bowl week. So next up is the Pro Bowl, and then we'll start checking out how things look. Oh, the stream got disconnected? Might have to just refresh. Not everybody lost it. I didn't lose it. I have no drop frames. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah, just refresh. I don't think anything happened. I hope not anyway. But it's here, Pro Bowl week, guys. And it is time to see if anybody else got some good XP. Is Nate Bell a Pro Bowler in addition to being Rookie of the Year? Here we go. Pro Bowl time. The quarterbacks are Andy Dalton, Phillip Rivers, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Drew Brees, Kellen Moore of your and my New England Patriots, Aaron Rodgers. Halfbacks are Jamal Charles, Matt Forte, DeMarco Murray, Melvin Gordon, Joseph Randle, and Alfred Morris. Fullbacks are Derek Coleman, Tony Fiametta, James Devlin, and Kyle Juszczyk. Receivers, Keenan Allen, Julio Jones, Dez Bryant, Demaryius Thomas, A.J. Green, Eric Decker. They'll stump me eventually. Calvin Johnson and Stevie Johnson as well. Wow. Devontae Adams, Brandon LaFell, DeAndre Hopkins, Emmanuel Sanders. Julius Thomas is the top Pro Bowl tight end, along with Tyler Eifert, Rob Gronkowski, and Jimmy Graham. Is Eifert really a 99 overall? That's pretty wild stuff. Kobe Fleener and Greg Olsen as well. Offensive linemen now, Andrew Whitworth, King Dunlap, Michael Orr, Kelvin Beachum, Josh Sitton, Orlando Franklin, Clint Bowling, Andrew Norwell, Ryan Khalil. A lot of Panthers in here. I'm sure Remy's happy. Corey Linsley. I'm stumped here. I feel like Bodine isn't a rookie. I feel like Bernard is. So I'm not sure on those ones. TJ Lang. Is it Russell? I don't know. TJ Lang, Kevin Zeitler, Chance Warmack, DJ Fluker, Sebastian Vollmer, Brian Bulaga, Andre Smith, Joseph Barksdale. Now we go defense. And I'm hoping to see Dante Fowler's name on here. So DeMarcus Lawrence, Cameron Wake, Jabal Sheard, Charles Johnson, J.J. Watt, Sheldon Richardson, Dante Fowler, Greg Hardy, Sharif Floyd, and Dominican Sue, Brandon Mebane, Aaron Donald, Danny Shelton, Haloti Nada. And then we go to the linebackers. We have Devon Kennard, Jamie Collins, Pernell McPhee, Haoli Kikaha, Derek Johnson, Defensive Player of the Year, James Laurinaitis, Luke Kuechly, Clay Matthews, Hunter Hyde of the Vikings. He's a rookie. Jerry Itachu, Vontez Perfect, and Von Miller. In the secondary now, Casey Hayward, Logan Ryan, Kerry Williams, Richard Sherman, Antonio Cromartie, Benet Benwickery, Darrell Revis, Parrish Cox. Where's Nate Bell? Nate Bell was not a Pro Bowler. That's some XP. That man was just robbed. Safeties, Tashawn Gibson, Glover Quinn, Harrison Smith, Eric Reed, Kenny Vaccaro, Will Hill, Patrick Chung, Bernard Pollard. Kicker, Sebastian Janik, Steven Gostkowski and Steven Hauschka. Punters, Sam Cook and not Jonathan Dowling. He's a safety. I'm not sure on that one. Damian Todd, Corey Brown, a rookie, and Tyler Lockett are the returners. So we are not well represented, guys. Dante Fowler, Julius Thomas. That was it. I'm telling you, Bell needs to be in the Pro Bowl. He was a Pro Bowl snub. Defensive Rookie of the Year, 8 interceptions. He was so good this season. But we push forward anyway. It's okay. 8 picks and no Pro Bowl. That's it. So, now I can scout a little bit, and it looks like this is Super Bowl week, so let's check out the playoff schedule and see how things look. How did this all play out? Remember, the Titans won our division, And the Super Bowl will be the Chargers and the Seahawks. So in Wild Card Weekend, the Patriots lost 34-7 to the Jets. Seattle beat the Rams 34-14. Tennessee beat the Chiefs 30-29. And Dallas beat the Packers 36-17. In the divisional round, the Jets beat the Bengals 38-10. Cowboys beat the Panthers 31-13. Tennessee loses to the Chargers 28-27. And the Seahawks beat the Vikings. I got bad memories there. Conference title games. Chargers over the Jets and the Seahawks over the Cowboys. Each was a 3-point game. So the Super Bowl looks like this. And now we're going to do a little bit of scouting. And I really want to do a better job of seeing these mid-rounders because I have a pretty good read on the early rounders. And what I'm going to do right now, we're going to take a little bit of time to do this, but I haven't added players to my watch list yet. I screwed up and forgot to do it until now. So let's do that now. So there's not much in the quarterback department. I got a few quarterbacks on my watch list, but look at this. There are only 3 guys projected to go in the first 2 rounds, 4 in the first 5 rounds. That's ridiculous. Running backs. Let me make sure I have a good watch list here. I'll watch list guys in case they fall. I have a few guys watch listed, just so I don't lose track of these players. Let's go wide receiver. Keyston Holiday, I'm a big fan. I really want to see if his 40 time is fast because this combination, and he's 5'11", 199, man. I'm excited to see his combine, maybe more than anybody else in this class. Dre Burnett. There's some good big receivers down the line here. You have the 3rd rounder, and then you have a couple more down here. Dexter James. There's one in the 7th, I think. Vladimir Mims, 6th rounder. I'm really interested to see what he can do. Mike Riley, Walker Rogers. So it's cool. You got these height, weight, speed guys, and you're not going to have to waste a big or an early pick to get them. That's what I'm excited about. So I'm just going through here quick. Antonio Roberts, I should probably scout his last rating quick just to see if he's worth it. C+ catch in traffic. I have other options. Tight end. I want to see Ronaldo Thomas. I'm not going to scout that last rating. He's going to be a low pick anyway, so I'll just sit here. C+ impact, not very good. I don't want to take a tight end this early anyway. So I feel like tight end's one of those things we have to address in free agency. Left tackles, I really like this Chase Britt player. High pass block, high impact. But we still have to worry about if we're going to be able to keep around Luke Jokel, because he's about to be a free agent. And I want to scout this guy. B+ run block, B+ impact, B- toughness. Okay. Ryland Quinn from Georgia Tech. We'll see if he's a good pass blocker sometime, if we draft him. Don't have a lot of centers scouted here. Right guards, we'll make sure he's on the watch list. Yeah, I wanted to scout this guy. This was, oh, come on, really? A C+ toughness is your second best? C+ run block? Not as much of a fan anymore. I was really excited when I saw the B pass block for a 4th rounder. You should just draft guys based off of their name. Good advice, Mike. Harris Rock. Please be good. Okay. He's got some skill here. Power moves and block shedding. Move him inside. Play some D tackle. Harris Rock. If we were drafting based on name, he might be a 1st round pick. Tremont Crawford. And now right ends, we have to throw a couple more on the board. Let's take him off. Angel Scott. Brian Cole, C+. I don't like those C's. What's Deontay Coleman's last trait look like? A C+ hit power. I'll still keep him on the board. Desmond Edwards, B- tackle. I like this. There's a nice mid-rounder, but I have to find some like 5th rounders that I can actually take late. Early, there are some really good linebackers. Julius Bennett, Gabe Jeffrey, and Pone Crisholm. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. but he's going on the watch list. And Darian Cole from Auburn as well. There's some good middle linebackers. Dre Randall, Stephon Lockett. Right outside linebackers, a couple of them that are decent. Corners, we have a lot. We have a lot of them. And I know already getting a lot of hype in the comment sections has been Josh Buchanan, who is like the 7th rated player in the draft, but he's not my highest rated corner. He had, because I'm picking this based on like what I need them to do, and I want a guy who can do press man. And yes, he has B-man coverage and B-plus press, but I'm more intrigued by Deontay King, who has that first-round talent through my scouting, and he has B-plus man, B-plus press. I'd rather have those two in the B-plus than these two in the B-plus, because we're not going to play as much zone. It's going to be a lot of cover one, single high safety, so I want a free safety with a lot of range, and it's going to have a lot of man coverage underneath, so a guy like Deontay King is going to be higher on my board. And I'll probably scout a few more corners. I like to find some that have some size. How about Robert Jeffrey here? B-minus man, B-minus zone, C-plus press. That's like a nice late rounder. Just not a lot here for big physical defensive backs. A lot of them are 5'11 and under. And Nate Bell, in case you're wondering, is 5'11. I'm not a fan of the safeties. Like, in both classes, they've been pretty weak. I feel like it's a bad idea to take safeties early in this game. Darrell Jackson, scout him. Let me check the board here. Was Jackson a corner? I forget where Darrell Jackson is. Brandon Garcia. I should probably scout him quick. A- tackle. Wow. That's pretty good. So Garcia goes on the board along with Stephon Lockett. Darrell Jackson, a 4th rounder. Nope, not going to work. Let's go with some more later linebackers. I've actually looked quite a bit at some of these. This guy's a pass rusher. Let's scout the first rating on a few of these guys just to see if there's anything surprising hiding. Oh, B-minus zone, C-plus power, and C-plus finesse moves. Okay, so I like zone coverage. Is that a green screen or a bed sheet? It's a green screen, I can assure you of that, Mike. So I used all my scouting points this week. Are you going to play more 4-3 or 3-4 this season? It's going to stay 4-3. 4-3 is what I like. If you want some 3-4 elements, you can always do like an underfront and have a linebacker basically standing up as a pass rusher, and you can be very flexible there. Like, I think the lines between 4-3 and 3-4 are blurred even more, especially with more sub packages, so you see a lot of that anyway. So we're here in the offseason now, guys, after that first round of scouting, and your Super Bowl champions heading into Season 3. It's not a red bed sheet, guys. Stop that. Jared Allen retires, but who won the Super Bowl? Adrian Peterson retires. Larry Fitzgerald retires. And the San Diego Chargers, congrats. You might lose your team to LA or something, but you have a Super Bowl championship now. San Diego are the champs heading into Season 3. Vince Wilfork retires, as does Anquan Bolden, Eli Manning, Roddy White, Heath Miller, Greg Jennings, Cordy Glenn, Emmanuel Sanders turned down the Broncos offer, and I have him here as a potential free agent target. Travis Kelce is he's franchise tagged. Cameron Wake was tagged. Sheldon Richardson is franchise tagged. Mike Daniels is tagged. Teron Armstead was tagged. Sam Bradford was released. Jeremy Miles was released. Kareem Jackson, Keenan Robinson, Harry Douglas, Jarrell Freeman. So these are all the stories here. Do we have any draft stories? A.J. Walsh displayed great hands and blocking ability at the All-Star game. Let me write that down. A.J. Ray. I miss saying that. A.J. Ray, name of the century, I think. Let me check out transactions. I want to see all the retirements. I'm not sure if we had any. Let's check out the Jaguars quick on the transaction log. And nothing since week 11. So Paul Posluszny was the one I was wondering about. He did not retire yet. So we have retirements going down the line here. Whitworth, LaRon Landry, Tim Jennings. There's actually an older free agent I was interested in. I wonder if he retired. We're going to find out, though. Wes Welker retires. His speed was way down. Jay Cutler retires. Matt Castle. James Starks? James Starks retired? That's surprising. Very surprising. He's got to be like 27, 28. Or, I don't know, he played in the Super Bowl in 2011. I'm not sure how old he is at this point. Jim Leonard, Drayton Florence, a lot of retirements. And now we got the tags. They franchise tagged Tyrann Mathieu. I was so interested in Mathieu. Big contract here to Keenan Allen. Cameron Wake gets tagged. Kiko Alonso gets a nice re-signing. George Iloka gets tagged. Tim Tebow was re-signed. They tag Jamie Collins. All the players I like always get tagged or re-signed every time. No! That's my top target! My top target was going to be Xavier Rhodes. And they just gave him just under $9 million a year. I was prepared to give him that contract. My top free agent targets are Tyrann Mathieu, Xavier Rhodes, and Harrison Smith. They're all taken away. Xavier Rhodes was going to be the perfect guy to put across from Nate Bell. There's one more option who's older, and that's Sean Smith. We have some releases here, by the way. Mike Wallace was released. Ooh, Gary Barnage. I might be interested in that. Although he's still decently rated, so he's going to have some bidders on the market. I did not see anything for Sean Smith, and I am interested in him despite his age. I just wouldn't want to give a huge contract, so it might put me out of the running right there. Matt Stafford was released. Colin Kaepernick was released. Ooh, Brandon Graham. Eagles released a lot of players. Jimmy Garoppolo, Alex Smith was released. Travis Benjamin, that'd be interesting. We definitely got to get some speed on the team this year. And we're just about out of here, guys. And Pete Carroll retired on top of everything. And here are some more signings and releases during the Wow, the Rams signed James Starks and he retired right after that. He didn't want to play for the Rams that bad. James Starks is a savage. He just retired. That's funny. Okay. So, now it's our turn to start re-signing players. We have $58.4 million in cap room, but we have some key players that need to be re-signed. And here is the entire list. There are 18 players. And we're going to start with the very top. Luke Joeckel, our left tackle, the highest rated player hitting free agency, 25 years old, wants a 5-year, $31.2 million contract. I think Joeckel has stepped up big time, and I certainly want him to continue playing on our team, either as a right tackle or left tackle, whichever. His impact block is outstanding. It's hard to beat. So I'm definitely looking to keep around Luke Joeckel, and we'll see if I can give him a deal he likes. This is a $32 million contract over 5 years. It ends up with a signing bonus of $7.5 million. And we'll see if Luke Joeckel accepts this offer. So Joeckel wants some good money, and Luke Joeckel has appeared to accept the offer, I believe. I like Joeckel a lot. And Joeckel is sticking around. Now we go to re-signings again. And Rolando McClain is next. I have no idea what his demands are. No idea. He wouldn't negotiate with me during the regular season, so I don't know what he wants. Okay. He wants similar to Jokel. And I think McClain is a tremendous run stopper. So I'm definitely looking to basically hand out a similar contract. And I want to make sure he doesn't hit free agency. Here's a $7 million a year deal to Rolando McClain. And here we go. $35 million 5-year offer. And McClain has, I think he's accepted it. McClain has also accepted. So we just kept the big 2. Everybody's saying too many years. Yeah, he's a little bit older, but it's not like a huge bonus. So, if I have to cut him down the line, you know, that's not a bad deal, but replacing him would have been such a pain. You guys saw how much better the run defense was this year. I couldn't afford to let him go that easily. So, this is not, for those watching like on YouTube or anything, the chat right now does not like it. There's a lot of cap given to him, and he's 28 years old, so the chat disapproves right now of Rolando McClain's deal. But those are the 2 big ones, and that's not eating up, you know, a truly significant amount of our cap right now. So I want to start getting out of the players I'm not as interested in. I do not want to re-sign Marcedes Lewis. He's a longtime Jaguar, but doesn't fit what I want to do moving forward. Brian Anger, I am not willing to give him a 5-year deal. I don't think he's been that good. You know, I played with Pat McAfee in Ultimate Team, and he knows how to get the bounce on the ball so that it can get pinned inside the 5 and inside the 10. I haven't seen Anger be able to do that. So I'm not giving Anger a big deal at all. So let's go Jonathan Cyprien now. Did I just see someone? Oh, that was Marcedes Lewis not interested. So Jonathan Cyprien just hasn't been... Yeah, it doesn't really fit what I want to do with my strong safeties. And he's a good player. He's got good speed. He doesn't fit what I want at free safety, really. I think he's good depth, but I doubt he's going to want to be depth. I've always thought about playing him at linebacker, which would be very interesting. He might be actually very good at it. So I think I'd like to try keeping him around for a very low guaranteed deal, like 2 years, $4.5 million. And we'll see if Sip will accept that. And he's not interested, so Cyprien is going to test. And I might try to keep him around, but I think that his price might go up. Jamiz Olawale, I like him a lot. He was very reliable for us, and he doesn't want a very big contract at all. And I'm willing to give him a little bit more than he's asking for here. It's a 4-year contract. Will Olawale stick around? He appears to have accepted. I always check just to make sure. No funny business going on here. And here are the accepted offers. Olawale, McClain, and Jokel. Next up, we have Demetrius McCray, who has been our only, big physical corner on the outside. And he wants a 4-year, $14.3 million contract. I'm willing to make an offer to him, but it's not going to be really what he wants. I'm going to put in low guarantees. I'm willing to give him a $3.5 million contract for just a year. And because I don't want to have to replace, a bunch of corners. So we'll see if McCray accepts, and he is not interested. He didn't want the 1-year deal. And you know what? There's another big free agent on here I need to worry about, and that's Brandon Boykin, our starting slot corner. And he wants between $5 and $6 million a year. He's not physical. He has good speed. He has 90-man coverage. I thought it was higher. Did his ratings go down a little bit? That wouldn't make sense. 89 speed. I like Boykin a lot. I don't want to hand out a long-term contract to him right now. I mean, I'd be willing to do like a 2-year extension, but even then, like, he wants more than $5 million a year. I'd almost rather let him hit the market and try to get him for cheaper. I like him. I think we're going to I'll make a 1-year offer. I should always at least make an offer if I'm still interested in the player. I'd do like a 2-year, $8 million contract, and I'll throw in a fair amount of guaranteed money. So 2 years, $8 million. It's still less than he wants. He's not going to like this, is he? And Boykin is not interested. So, that's another player hitting free agency. Let's go Allen Hurns now. We've seen how his career's unfolded. He wants an extremely small contract. So, Hurns only wants a little over, he wants between $1 and $2 million a year. This is a lot less than he should be asking for. And there's a lot of people angry that I even offered to Boykin, it looks like. 1,802 people watching right now, by the way. So here is Allen Hurns. And Hurns is good. He just hasn't been as consistent as we need him to be. And I've expressed the want to get more speed in the offense. So with this cheap of a desire he's looking for, and I've seen players like this. I've seen this before. Like, they ask for this low amount, you give it to them, and they say no. So I'm willing to give him a little more than this, and we'll see if he accepts it. I'm thinking like a $7 million contract. He wants much lower than he should be asking for, significantly lower. But even if he sticks around, his starting spot is not going to be guaranteed. So we'll see if he accepts a 4-year, $7 million offer. Allen Hurns, what do you say? Allen Hurns, I think he accepted it. So, we lost Boykin, we lost McRae, we've kept Hurns, we've kept Jokel, we've kept McLean, we've kept Olawale. Continuing on. So, that's also not a move people are happy about, keeping Allen Hurns. But his starting spot is not going to be safe. I'm going to be addressing wide receiver. Next up, Charles Johnson. He is, he's a good target for us to go for. He's not going to get a lot better at 28 years old. I don't want to give him a multi-year contract. I'd be willing to give him another, 1-year offer. But I don't want to give him anything special. Because I feel like we're going to definitely address wide receiver in this upcoming draft. So there's a 1-year offer to Charles Johnson, and he declined. Next up is Dwayne Gratz, and he wants over $4 million a year. I'm not willing to do it, and I'm just going to let him test, straight up. Gratz can go test. So we scroll down, and we have Case Keenum down here. I thought he did a good job as a backup. And if that's all he wants, I'm willing to give him a $1.88 million contract. Case Keenum for another season as QB3. And Case Keenum is going to test the market. Next up is backup tackle Josh Wells. He would like a 2-year contract on the cheap. And I am willing to offer that for some decent depth. He's a good run blocker. So your guy's hero, Case Keenum, is not sticking around. And Josh Wells is also going to end up testing. How about Denard Robinson? I would like to actually keep around Denard for 2 years at $2 million. No guaranteed will he take this. It's more than he wants. We'll see if Denard Robinson will take that. I've been planning on giving him that contract. And it looks like Denard Robinson accepted. And he's good at his role. So I think I could use another running back. I'm not sure if that guy is going to be Rashad Marshall because he's going to be tested in preseason. But we keep Denard Robinson. Let's go back to the board now. And there are a few more for us to go through. Chris Matthews, I'm just not interested. Wasn't as good as I hoped he would be. Brock Vereen actually is great depth for the type of free safety I want to have. So I'd be willing to give him basically the Denard Robinson contract. I'll go a little bit lower. Backup safety, 25 years old, good speed. And Brock Vereen has declined that one. So you see sometimes you offer more than they want and they still say no. It's hard to always get a read on them. Dominique Easley, I'm just not impressed after this year. I'm going to decline that one. Spencer Paysinger, I think he's decent depth. I have some XP to spend on him as well. And I don't want to completely rebuild the linebacker core, so I'll try keeping around Spencer Paysinger for a couple of years. And what does he say? Spencer Paysinger has accepted. That leaves us with Brian Anger. And I just have not been that impressed with him. The ratings say what they say, but the play is what matters, and he doesn't get the bounces that I've seen Pat McAfee get. So I'm not going to give him the offer he wants. I'm willing to go with like a 2.5 a year deal. But really, I want to bring in a punter and compete. So I don't want to have any guaranteed money on the table. I'm letting Brian Anger test. Probably. I could tag him, but then that's all guaranteed money. He declined the offer. That's 12 out of our 18 free agents that could be testing the market, but I could tag him. And then eat money if I cut him, which might not be a big deal. So I'll tag him. Still have plenty of cap room. We tag Brian Anger, and we'll see. I might get a punter on the roster for some competition, though. He needs to get better at getting the bounce I'm looking for. And so that, guys, is our re-signing period. Let me save my game quick. Yeah, you always need to keep a save file for Week 17 and one for the playoffs because they don't allow you to check out your scouting board until you simulate to the playoff games, and would have been a pain trying to record those past couple videos, or the offseason recap mainly. So we're going to go ahead now to free agency. This is a chance to beef up the roster, but sadly Xavier Rhodes did not hit free agency. That was a very mixed reaction from you guys on those signings I made. And I am ready to begin free agency. Let me see the transaction log, though. Dan Orlovsky retires. Those are our re-signings. We have some... Those are all the retirements. And all their re-signings are done, I think. So, here we go, guys. Who is available? Let's make this team better in Season 3. Here we go. $42 million available. I could do some cutting. Okay, Sharif Floyd, about to be a paid man. Alshon Jeffrey, about to get over $10 million a year. There's Sean Smith, a 1-year, $10 million contract. I mean, I might be in the market for that. Oh, Drew Brees hit free agency. That's wild. Drew Brees is a free agent. His player card. Look at that. You can pull up the player card. Someone taught me that trick on Twitter. Thank you. Yeah, his accuracy's decent. Drew Brees wants a 1-year contract. People are wanting Alshon Jeffrey. Matt Barkley might get paid a little bit. There's Gio Bernard, Arian Foster, Niall Davis, Latavius Murray, 26 years old. Doug Martin's a free agent. Chris Ivory, Dion Lewis, Justin Forsett. Let's check out wide receiver. I've said I want to get a wide receiver. I could use a guy with some speed. What's Emmanuel Sanders looking like? 92 speed, 96 route running. I just wouldn't want to give him a long-term deal at age 30, but those are really, really nice ratings. I'll make an offer on Emmanuel Sanders, but I'm thinking more of a short-term contract. Whoops. Not trying to offer him the stadium. So let me try getting something I like here. You want about $5 million a year. What if I make it like a 2-year, $14 million offer? And I put like, come on. There's like a $7 million base. This right here, I always get, they need to change how this works and actually make some sense of it. But this is like how much a year I'd be offering him. So this would be like a 2-year, nearly $15 million contract. Why are you so chintzy on the contracts? Because I have players who need to be re-signed down the road like I did in the Panthers franchise. And, you know, if I make dumb signings now or I sign players too long for too much, it might hurt me in some re-signings. It's total value, not per year. Ugh. That's $7 million total, not $7 million a year. Yeah, I forget how this all works all the time. So let me go to a $10 million base. And we'll make it like a... This would be 13.4 over 2 years. I'll make it 14. We'll make it $7 million. How did you do player card? You have to hit square on the previous screen. So 2 years, $14 million. Making an offer here to Emmanuel Sanders. And did he just... Okay, we're the highest bid right now for Sanders. How about tight ends? We need some more tight ends on the team. And Luke Wilson would be a nice little addition for us. Ooh, Orson Charles. Yeah, he's pretty good. He has good blocking ratings. Or I thought it's good for a tight end. 74 catching, route running isn't very good. Thought it was a little bit better than that. How about Vance McDonald? We got 83 run blocking. 74 catching. I might throw out a 1-year offer. You notice I never offer these players like what they want. Now he's going to be a backup tight end if he signs, so I'm just throwing something out there. And I don't like the tight ends in the draft class, so someone here... Ooh, Deion Sims. Sims has good impact blocking. Here's Gary Barnidge. Now, he didn't see all the rating increases because of when my roster file was created, so this isn't the Gary Barnidge you're thinking from last year. Let's see... Joseph Fourier, not a good blocker, but it has pretty good hands and spectacular catch. Maybe a 1-year offer to him as well. No guarantees. You know I like my 1-year contract offers. Yeah, let's go like $1 million, $1.5 million base salary for a year. So here's what I've done so far. So I have 32.9 in cap room if those guys sign. How about the corners? There's Sean Smith. It's going to be spendy for him. He wants a short-term contract at age 30. Brandon Browner. What's Sean Smith's ratings looking like now? 93 man, 97 press. Could be what I'm looking for there for a short-term option. Here's Malcolm Butler at 81 overall. Doesn't exactly fit what I want with the higher zone than man. Oh, the Titans might sign Demetrius McCray. Brandon Boykin sitting here, no offers yet. I am not getting Brandon Browner. I don't think that would even be a slightly good idea with 80 speed, 76 man coverage. No, I don't want Brandon Brown, or I don't want all the holding calls that come with it. So we could also use an outside linebacker. I'm not paying that much for Jelani Jenkins. You can do that all you want, Atlanta. How about left outside linebackers? AJ Klein. I know he's got good zone coverage. Klein's a nice little outside linebacker. Not a huge fan. So yeah, I'm not really finding a lot I'm super interested in right now. Here is the top of the board once again. Here's Dion Lewis. Yeah, 74 carrying, 75 catching. I mean, he has good elusiveness and stuff like that. I don't feel like I need to go for a guy like that in free agency. There are some options in the draft. And I already have Denard Robinson, so I don't think he fits the need as a receiving back. Not what I'm looking for there. Okay, so let me go back to wide receiver. Are there some good speed options? Garcon's speed has gone down to 86. Mike Wallace has a speed of 91. He wants a very small contract. I don't just want to give guys short contracts, though. I do want to find some guys that can be pieces for the future as well. So that's why I partially want to wait a little bit for the draft. But if you miss your chances here, you might not fill some needs down the road. Here's Cordero Patterson. He's available, but 65 route running, 74 catching. It just too much of a project there. He'd be a better running back than anything. And hey, you know, maybe I'd be interested in that, but I don't know. So let me go down to Sean Smith. We already know that Xavier Rhodes is out of the question. What if I try to give Sean Smith a 2-year contract and I make it worth his while here? And I make it like an $11 million base. Or, yeah, I forget. This is total value we're talking now. And I give him a decent signing bonus because I wouldn't be worried about like his play dropping off too much over the course of a couple of years. So this would be $22.6 million over 2 years. What do you guys think of this offer? Trade for Brashad Perriman, $20 million base. Players like that guaranteed money. So I want to see where I'm at. Wait, is this per year? Yeah, I get so confused how this works all the time. I get so mixed up if this is the total value or if this is the per year. I think I just got this sorted out like 10 minutes ago and I'm already forgot again. So I'll wait for the comments here to catch up to me. Do $24 million base. It's not per year. I didn't think it was. So this would be an offer I'm willing to go with. Here is Sean Smith. We are still not even the highest bidding team. He likes our scheme fit. He doesn't like anything else. Well, I guess. Okay. Okay. It's total. So let me up a couple things here. I'm willing to give him more money. Come on, Sean. Now we are the highest bidding team. He likes the contract length. We offered him basically $27 million almost. That's a lot of money for a corner. It's a lot. but it could really fit what we're looking for. And it's only 2 years. I don't want a 1-year deal. I like to have him for 2 years. So here are all my offers so far. We have $20 million left if these guys both sign. So let me check out a couple more areas that we wouldn't spend as much money on. There's Eric Reed not wanting a ton. Don't feel like getting in a bidding war though. And I've checked his ratings and it's not entirely what I'm looking for. Reggie Nelson, I would be interested in for a year if his ratings have stayed similar. Like 89 speed, 86 zone, bring him back to Jacksonville. I would definitely be interested in Reggie Nelson. So what if we make this a $2 million offer and we keep the bonus slightly below what he wants? $2.7 million compared to like a 2.4, 2.5 that he'd want. Or I'll lower it a little bit. $2.5 million this way. Get Rashad Jones. I don't want to pay that much money for him. I don't. I think he's that good, but he's not what I'm looking for in the free safety. And he's a strong safety, which I'm happy with my strong safety situation. I'm not going to go for Breeze because I want to figure out our quarterback situation on the roster. I like Nataki Mason quite a bit, and Breeze wouldn't be a long-term solution anyway. I'm not all that worried about backup or third quarterback right now. I can worry about that later. And I'm not going to make a big offer for Alshon Jeffrey. So, yeah, I did put a couple out there to those two tight ends, so I need to see if they sign. Right tackle, here's Kyle Long. I would be looking more to draft somebody, though, than hand out a big contract. So I think I would like to just go forward a stage and kind of see what this looks like at this point. We kept Rondo McClain. He could always be a middle linebacker for us. Dogs barking. Tyrod Taylor. I don't know. I think I should let him start somewhere else. I'm not sure what Tyrod's ratings are on here, but I like my two quarterbacks. We're not going to make it any more confusing than it already is. What's Audie Cole's ratings, though? Decent little zone coverage. Tackling is good. Yeah, I got Stephen Cole. I'm fine there. You know, I prefer filling all these needs in the draft, or a variety of them. Depends what I can find here in the free agent pool. I do need to get some depth on this team, though. That is definitely for certain. I mean, I'd like to offer to a linebacker, but I'm not sure there's one I'm a huge fan of. What's Dakota Watson's ratings? Oh, okay. This is more what I think I'd be looking for. Good coverage, some good speed. Dakota Watson. I'm looking at like a 1-year contract, though. So I'm not sure how good my chances are of this. Oh, we became the highest bidder, though. $2.3 million. Actually, I made that offer a little bit too big. Let me withdraw it quick. Sorry. Do you still want to come to Jacksonville? You might. I'm going to lower it just a little bit more. We're still the highest bidder. I fixed it, guys. Don't worry. So I would like to go forward a stage and see what things look like. So into stage 2. I think how many stages of free agency are there? Is it 4? I know I wrote this down for my last offseason, but that was a little while ago, so I can't remember if it's 4 stages or 5. Yeah, Brandon Graham would be a great defensive end. Okay, so we have an acceptance here from Vance McDonald. That's cool. Let's check out everything else. League signings. No big ones yet. Nobody even in the 80s yet has accepted. That's not how free agency works. So let's check out my negotiations. The Texans, oh, we cannot let a division rival take him from us. Man. We can't let him go to Houston. We're still leading for Emmanuel Sanders. Reggie Nelson, we're in good shape with these players. Dakota Watson likes the location. Cool. But yeah, we cannot let Sean Smith go to Houston. I also can't get into a ridiculous bidding war. Man, this is already... Man. What do we do here? I can't offer him the whole world. I can offer him more. He wants 1 year, like 14 million, and I'm offering him 2 years at like nearly 27 million. Now, if I up this to 20 million, 20.1 for good measure, and raise the bonus by like $500,000 a year, what do we look like then? Now we're the highest bidder again, so just slight increase. I don't think he's too slow. 86 speed isn't great, but he has great press coverage. I mean, 86 speed isn't great, that's for sure. .98 confidence too, so his ratings go up even more. Man, I wanted Xavier Rhodes so bad. Why the Vikings have to keep him. So I've offered so much money to him. That's a lot of money. I almost wonder if I should go back to a 1-year offer. Or just go to a 1-year offer. Do I want to pay 27.5 over 2 years? Not really. Yeah, Rhodes would have been great, and Sean Smith is only going to decline from here. So I think I'm going to withdraw the bid right now. And I'll try again on a 1-year offer. He likes our scheme fit. That's good, at least. So this right here would be like a $15 million contract. And how does that look? We become the highest bidder at that point. For just 1 year, would it be worth it? To try and also keep him away from Houston? We could definitely draft a corner. That's an option. Sean Smith's speed will get lower after the offseason advances. Well, maybe you're right. You guys are talking me out of this Sean Smith deal big time. I think I'm out of the Sean Smith sweepstakes. Because he's not a long-term offer, and if his ratings go down after this, I would not be very happy. So congrats, guys. You've talked me out of that one, but I'm going to try to get Brandon Boykin back. And he wants, around $5 million a year. And I think that's not unreasonable. But if there's no one else bidding, I'm going to give him a lot lower contract. It's possible that he wouldn't even accept this if it's the only offer. So this here, let me up it a little bit. So I just offered to Brandon Boykin, making it a $13.7 million contract for 3 years. I mean, Boykin filled the role I wanted last year. He did it really well. I just had him on a 1-year contract is all. Let's see. Is there another halfback we could bring in maybe? Latavius Murray would be interesting. Some nice speed there. Good carrying. The Giants and Texans are bidding for him. Janoris Jenkins and Tyrod Taylor. What's Janoris Jenkins want? Well, anyway, I just want to see his abilities here. 71 press, 88 man. I feel like I can do better, especially if we're talking 5'10 corners. The draft is full of them. So yeah, let me go back to... Actually, I wanted to check out Brandon Graham quick, because having him as a pass rusher would be pretty cool. 29 years old, and the ratings... Whoops, I backed up too far. And then after this, we have some more scouting to do. So let me see Brandon Graham. He's on the right side. I'd definitely like to give some more snaps to some backups and keep our ends fresh. So Graham would be pretty awesome for us to sign. Really good power. There's good finesse, block shedding. Yeah, I want Brandon Graham. I'd be willing to give him what he wants, too. Well, I'm more interested in a 2-year deal, to be honest. So he wants like 14, 15 a year. He wants $5 million a year. So let me drop this offer a bit. We'll make it 8.5. And this would be 11, almost $12 million over 2 years. So I'll drop the bonus a bit. So this would make it like a $5 million contract for a couple of years. I like Brandon Graham quite a bit. And we're still not even the highest bidder. I'll put him at end, of course. And so what doesn't he like here? He would like signing bonus to be upped a bit, salary amount, contract need, or contract length isn't what he wants necessarily. What if we upped it that much? We become the highest bidder for Brandon Graham. And honestly, I'm not too thrilled with what Jared Odrick has done, so who knows how much longer he's going to be on the team. That's all I'm going to say. So give the offer to Brandon Graham. And I think I want to make an offer. I don't know. Obviously I like TJ Yeldon quite a bit, and I don't want to take away too many snaps for him. So I think I'll look more to the draft for somebody. I just don't want to give out... I'd rather have a running back on a rookie deal than a free agent contract. Any receivers that catch my eye here? Here's Charles Johnson now. There's going to be a little bidding war for him. Yeah, I mean... Oh, Tavon Austin. That's right. I forgot he was hitting free agency. Tavon Austin. I think I'm very interested. How about a 3-year deal? He only wants $2 million a year. And this right here would be 7.5 over 3 years. I could always move Tavon to running back. You want to make the offense more dynamic? How about Tavon Austin? Tavon Austin at running back might be nasty. So let me go ahead now. I want to see where we're at. By the way, how am I doing on all these negotiations? Like Dakota Watson. Leading, 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 leading. Okay. Let's do some scouting now, guys. Let's take another look at these prospects coming into the draft. Oh, combine grades are in. Yes. All right. I got to see what Holiday has. Keyston Holiday with a 6.4 combine grade and a 4.35 40. Yes. Okay. That's my guy. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders could be great for us. But Keyston Holiday, man, do I want to keep my offer for Emmanuel Sanders, by the way? Sanders is extremely good. And Holiday would be huge for our offense. Give us a nice young piece. Now, there are some other receivers to check out. Kendrick Russell ran a 4.6, so definitely a possession receiver here, like his mold indicates. I just want to see some high combine grades going down here. Dre Burnett ran a 4.63, so I'm definitely less interested. Eduardo Kilgore, 4.65. Where's the speed, guys? Dexter James, 4.57. We had Marlon Russell here with a 4.68. Julius Blake. Julius Blake only ran a 4.52, but his agility is off the charts. So, still someone I'm interested in. I just probably wouldn't overdraft him too high with a 4.52. Marlon Russell, 4.68. Great bench press and broad jump. Cooper Hopkins with a good vertical and a 4.57. DeMarcus Banks, 4.63. Thomas Gardner, 4.68. Vladimir Mims, 4.52 with a great vert. 4.52 isn't even slow. And so I'm very interested now in Vladimir Mims. But in terms of speed, I'm just not seeing a lot of it. Walker Rogers, 4.6. Who ran the 4.4s in here? Someone raise a hand so I can, like, figure it out where you are. 4.52. Okay, here's one. Francois here, 4.46. That's third. Keyston Holiday, though. That could be the difference maker. Kendrick Russell, DeJuan Love, Nigel Jameson, C.J. Patton. I just want to know who ran the other good 40s. Hickman, 4.46 for Hickman, but he's not that good of a receiver. Antonio Roberts, 4.54. At 6'4", that's really good. He didn't test, like, great, though. What else did I want to see? Tight ends. A.J. Walsh was the draft story guy, and very impressive. B catching, B minus catching traffic, just so I know. B spectacular catch here. B catching traffic, B minus catch. Rashawn Bryant, great vert, broad jump, and 3 cone. But the skills don't look to be that great. How about Ronaldo Thomas? Decent, nice strength. So probably as a late rounder, he fits the bill. How about this left tackle I liked a lot? Chase Britt. His strength, not that great. Pass block's good. B impact block is good, but maybe he's not an elite left tackle. This guy had a good vert. I'm not sure how good that's going to work for me. A 6th round tackle, though. Nice little option. Yeah, I forgot I got Vance McDonald, so getting another tight end isn't a big deal. 4 isn't a bad idea if you consistently use 2, though. Let me check those corners. We need to talk about them. And then I have to get to linebackers, too. Josh Buchanan ran a 4.43, and he tested extremely well. 27 bench reps. Okay, a 4.43, so he's going to have very good speed. How about the guy I like the most? Deontay King, 4.43. Good shuttle. So he's not quite as good of an athlete, but he has the higher man coverage that I was looking for. Gordon Solomon was my third rated. He has a 4.340, 6 foot, B press, B man, B zone. So well rounded with elite speed, and he's actually a 6-footer. So I'm liking Gordon Solomon here from Auburn. I would like to get his man coverage up a few points, closer to 90. Nate Bell, for reference, is a 90 man, 90 zone guy. So don't forget about Solomon. I know you guys are on Team Buchanan right now. He's an insane athlete, that's for sure. And now the Solomon hype train is filling. I like it. Jerron Mack. Look at these. This is phenomenal testing. 4.35. Not the greatest in press, but still a very good player. Pone Blake, not as fast. Good vert and broad jump. How about this guy down here, Robert Jeffrey? Nothing special. Let me start scouting some guys, too, that had great combines after I check out these safeties and the linebackers, too. So 4.57. We have any ridiculously rangy safeties. This was the second fastest, 4.52. Basmeen Caldwell. Not stoked about that. Eric Taylor ran a 4.65. Man, the fastest guy is even a draftable prospect. That was third, 4.54. I would like to see his 11-point rating, though. C- pursuit. Jordan Cole. Gordon Phillip. Kevin Fernandez. Yeah, these just aren't very good safeties. That's why I move corners there. They're better. Andre Jackson with good bench press and whatnot. Martwan Bradley. Nice athlete. 4.65 40. How about Julius Cobb? 4.49 from Wisconsin. C+ man coverage. A third rounder. Might be someone I'm interested in if he falls with that speed and bench. He'd just be a project. I'm not sure why he's a projected third rounder, though. Wow, these quarterbacks did not test all that well. 5-second 40. This is a near 5-second 40. Who are the best testing quarterbacks? Looks like a 6.3 with 4.63 speed. Chris Clausen. Not all that interested, though. Let me check the linebackers, because this could really change my focus in the draft, because I would like to get another linebacker, and this is where the value is. 4.57, great 3-cone, great shuttle. He's a cover 2 guy, so you expect high zone coverage. He's a hybrid guy, so he might be able to have some pass rush value. Chris Holmes, good. Gabe Jeffrey, 4.63, good 3-cone. How about Julius Bennett? Didn't test as well as I hoped, but I don't think he tested poorly. He has good agility. He has enough speed, good pursuit, and he's another cover 2 guy. Darian Cole from Auburn is slower, so I'm definitely less interested now in Cole. Rashad Glass. Not that good. I want to see these middle linebackers I like. Dre Randall. Because I can move McLean back to the inside. I can move one of these middle guys outside if they fit. Good agility here. A 4.65 is plenty speed. Brandon Garcia with a 4.57. He's the fastest middle linebacker. Prototype. That's very good. Stephon Lockett ran a 4.6. He's the second fastest with A- pursuit, B+ tackle. I'm a big fan of Lockett. So I need to spend some more scouting points here. Were there any more receivers I missed out? I think, yeah, I went pretty thorough through the wide receivers. There was a right tackle I liked. I want to see Abraham Mason's 31 reps, 15th, not that great. So what options do I have for tackle? If I want to pick up another tackle, it's going to have to be in the draft. And Chase Britt might be my best option here. I don't want to reach, though. That's the thing. I would really like to find a tackle in like the second round. That could be good. And that guy had a good bench, but I don't know his pass block, and it's not higher than C+. Seth Griffin here. I think I like Griffin now as the tackle over this guy, Chase Britt, because his, well, 35 reps isn't bad. I shouldn't think of it that way. He was 11th with 35. B+ pass, B impact, don't know his run. Whereas this guy, I know his pass, his run, and his impact. He's the safer pick in my opinion. 38 reps. Yeah, I like Seth Griffin. So let me write down Seth Griffin at top tackle. I know I take a lot of time here, but I got to be thorough. I want to give you guys a good team in the third season. Very thorough. How's your combine grade look here? Nothing special. Any just... I want to see some ridiculous scores. I want to sort it by combine grade. Is that even an option? I don't think so. I just want to find some late round athletes. And I'll figure out what they can do later. He has good strength. I'm willing to see that second rating. It's not good. How about Khalid Green? With his, nah, not C Pursuit as a starting point. Not happening. 6.9 here. Gordon Sam, nope. How about... not much here at left outside backers. I see Tyrod Taylor comments like every 2 seconds. What happened to Rock? What position was Rock again? I forget. I didn't check out these defensive tackles enough. Desmond Edwards, I liked a lot, and he kind of had an average combine. Well, I think his combine grade is actually pretty good. Bench press is where you like it. We already know he had good power moves and block shedding, so strength is going to be up there. He's a really good option in the third round. He was a left end. You guys have better memory than me. Harris Rock. Okay. He has 3 in the top 10. This isn't bad at all. But he's more of a defensive tackle. Think about that. So he would be converting inside, which isn't an issue. You're just comparing him to left ends here when you check out these grades, which is a combination of 3-4 guys and 4-3 guys. Javonte Hughes. Good agility and stuff like that. Not throw the bench or his top 3 skills, really. Antoine Dunn. B+ block shedding, B tackle, B- power move. I just found myself a little later gem. Here's Bensley Hill. B+, B-, C+. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, Chris Holm. Definitely interested here. Man, Gordon Solomon. He's really well-rounded. And he has the good agility as well to go with it. Some strength. Hopefully his tackling is decent. Don't have my hopes up. He's a run support guy, but so was Michael Bryan, I believe. And his tackling was like a 51. Try some undrafted guys. Let me try Jermaine Hunter here. B+ man, C+ press. He's a 5th rounder, though, so I want to get a good read. He's actually a late 4th, so he's a little bit better. This guy had a good combine. No, I'm not going to go further. Nope. Jonathan Alexander. Not a huge fan of that. If there was an... Oh, okay, we have some athletes here. 7.1 grade. His agility, though, isn't good. Yeah, C+ man. B+ zone here on this guy is a 4.65. C+ press. Never know where you're going to find the gems. Speaking of undrafted, how about the undrafted safeties? Damar Hankerson, 4.74. He has good hit power, C+ catching, and C zone coverage. He's just not very fast. Ivory Ramsey, 4.74. If you need a punter, I heard Pat O'Donnell is good. I doubt he's a free agent on here. Could be, I don't know. Bill Kelly, 4.49. B hit power, C+ pursuit, and C- zone coverage. We only have 3 points left. I'll have to spend them on the defensive side. Are there any good undrafted athletes here? Davius Cole from Oregon State. C- hit power. So that's the scouting for this stage. Let me go back to free agency now. I'll save it quick, just because I've done a lot of stuff since my last save. But I'm going to reassess whether I want to go for Emmanuel Sanders. We know Keyston Holiday is going to be a very, very nice receiver. But Emmanuel Sanders is already very good. And I also wanted to make a quick offer for Jonathan Cyprien because I forgot about him a little bit. So with Emmanuel Sanders, we're against the Saints, and I'm offering him $14 million over 2 years. That's really not a ton, and it's a 2-year contract for a 30-year-old receiver. So the ratings will go down a bit. Do we still want to keep Sanders' offer on the table? So what do you guys think? I mean, Holiday could very well get drafted. Very well could. Trade the Bears pick? Hey, we'll see what happens when we get there. What was Keyston Holiday's 40 time? I missed it. I think it's a very split on whether to keep him on the board. A lot of yes and a lot of no. 88 overall. Could be a nice boost for us. I'll keep him for now. But yeah, I'll show you guys Keyston Holiday once again, and we'll look at the receivers quickly once more. I've talked about wanting to get some speed in the receiving core, and Holiday is going to give me what I want, 4.35. Second fastest in the class with B catching, B- release, B catching traffic, and he's a route runner type. So really, very similar player probably to Emmanuel Sanders. He's the third receiver available, so maybe he doesn't go in the second round. Maybe he goes even earlier. Looks like Mike has started up a poll here. Sign Sanders. All right, you guys vote here. I got the poll opened up, and I'll see what happens here. Mike's spamming it like crazy. But in terms of adding speed to the offense, like what options do we have besides Holiday and Sanders in free agency? Blake doesn't really add it as much as I would like. Cooper Hopkins right there doesn't have enough. It was really just like Mims with a 4.52. That's not a lot. It was just good for his height. I forgot about that. Any good undrafted projected receivers? AJ Vincent from Miami. The fastest guy? 4.3? I have no points. So let me remember this. Wide receiver. AJ Vincent rather. And let me see the poll. Over 400 votes. It's 56% yes. It's like right down the middle. A.J. Vincent. I need to see what he can do. So here is Emmanuel Sanders. We have Allen Robinson. Sanders would give us some speed on the outside. But he's only 30 years old, so he's not a long-term solution. So right now it's still 56% yes, over 460 voters. And I'm torn. Like a 2-year contract for a guy who's 30 years old, fits what I want right now, but probably isn't the long-term solution. Again, these are the attributes for him. 81 release, that would be like a B-. Great route running, good speed. I feel like I have to keep him on right now. Austin, I would probably end up moving him to running back, because I could play him then at running back and wide receiver, which would be super exciting. Let me see his ratings again quick. There's Brandon Graham. Here's Tavon Austin. Okay, so Austin comes with the speed and the agility that you look for. The hands, though, and stuff like that, it's not like starting caliber, so that's why I'd be more apt to play him at running back and returner. A 1-year deal, you think, for Sanders is a good compromise? It might be. But what if we get Sanders and we miss out on, like, Holiday? Then we're, like, right back to where we were next year. So I'm cool with a 2-year deal right now. Okay, so I'm looking to go forward now. One more step to stage 3. And we'll see if anybody else has accepted their offers. One thing, though, if Emmanuel Sanders signs, it's not going to affect like how I go for Holiday, because Sanders is not long-term. And no one else has signed yet. So we'll see what the offers look like now. We've still only signed Vance McDonald. Now we're against the Atlanta Falcons for Emmanuel Sanders. Brandon Graham is thinking about the Arizona Cardinals. Reggie Nelson is still here. And now we're fighting with the Dolphins for Brandon Boykin and the Bills for Tavon Austin and the Chiefs for Joseph Fourier. So I will withdraw the offer to Fourier. We already got one tight end. Brandon Boykin, I'm going to prioritize because he's still young and gives me, what I want at that nickel corner spot. We're just not giving him the things that he wants right now, so I might have to give him a 4-year deal just to have a chance to sign him if Miami's offering it to him. Yeah. So Brandon Boykin wants the big money. I don't want to give him that big of money. 16 over 4 would be $4 million a year. This is 16 and a half over 4. And it still doesn't make us the best. Boykin's good. They know he's a good slot cornerback. 79 overall doesn't mean a whole lot right now, it seems. Let's go back to Tavon quick. We'll up the bonus to like $1.5 million. Yeah, that's not a huge guarantee. This would be $8 million over 3 years. And it makes us the highest bidder. Let Boykin go. Yeah, you guys think with... And I have like no... He has no interest in us right now. So... maybe I do have to pass and try to find another nickel corner. Which would really put cornerback at the top of the needs with no Smith and no Boykin. Is there another cornerback I could have some interest in? Maybe not that good. Someone who maybe has some more years to play, like Malcolm Butler here. Actually, Kawan Williams is a good nickel. And he has 91 man, 87 speed, so a little bit slower. Similar press. So if I miss out on Boykin, Kawan Williams is a really good backup plan. He's similar, a little bit worse. But there's already a bid for him, and he's not going to be cheap either. The game knows these slot cornerbacks are nasty. Let me make a 1-year offer again to Demetrius McCray, or 2-year offer. I forget what I offered him before. I think it was like a $6 million contract. I'm going to take off the signing bonus just to have an offer out here. And then I'm going to do a quick offer to Sip. I'm okay with that. Because I might have a home for Cyprian at linebacker. It really could be an interesting fit there with him. Is he already signed or something? I'm not seeing him on the list. And Cyprian went to the Texans. Okay. So they must have given him what he wanted. I wasn't going to. So Cyprian is a Texan. Let's check out everything else. Alshon Jeffrey went to Washington. Jason Witten stays in Dallas. Shamarko Thomas to the Lions. Niall Davis to the Cardinals. Doug Baldwin to Denver along with J.R. Sweezy. Kevin Minter to Seattle. Cyprian, we already saw that one. Brian Schwenke to the Chargers. Dion Lewis to the Browns. Sorry. And then we got a bunch of 70s. Okay. I've only signed one player still. Man. Brandon Graham isn't like a huge need for us to go after. It just would have been nice. He is 29 though, so it's a little bit risky with him getting up there. He'd be great right now. Although these ratings could go down a little bit when we sim forward. I think I'm going to keep my offer where it is with him. Keep it there with Sanders. Keep the Reggie Nelson offer right here. But with no one else trying to go for him, I'm going to take off the signing bonus and just make that like a 2.3 or 2.2 base salary. Because then I could cut him with no penalty whatsoever. But yeah, this Boykin deal. I don't think we can contend for him. Malcolm Butler, Janoris Jenkins. I've already talked about Janoris. Doesn't exactly fit what I want. I feel like Butler would just be a nice cornerback to have. Just as a good player. But I don't want to give him that type of contract. That's what it comes down to. How about Captain Munnerlyn? He's not a man cover guy. Can definitely play zone coverage. Parrish Cox, like someone mentioned, was a Pro Bowler, but doesn't really fit what I want. And now we're getting into the lower rated guys. Here's Dwayne Gratz. I'll make another offer to Gratz. I don't think I offered him in the first place. But I'm looking at more of a not $900 million signing bonus. I'm not sure what Chicago's offering. But I am really hoping I can fill most of these needs in the draft. I don't like to spend big money in free agency most of the time. We have big money, but it's not what I really want to do. There's Kyle Long. Phil Lodeholt's down to a 78 overall, so that's not very good. 75 pass block, yeah. Not going to fly. Kyle Long would be nice. But even then, like 84 impact block, what's the difference between him and Jeremy Parnell at this point? Because Parnell has even better run and pass block ratings. Mark Barron to replace Cyprian. I could look at where would he be listed on here? Do they have him at linebacker or do they have him at safety? They have him at safety. So Mark Barron with 86 speed, 73 zone, 64 block shed. Like, I don't think these ratings translate to a good linebacker, really. The block shed isn't that good. The tackling isn't even that good either. So I'm going to pass on that idea. But it was worth a look. Taylor Mays, let's take a look at his rating. 64 tackle, man. His combine score on here would have been like a 40. So we could be in a situation where I actually have quite a few holes to fill through the draft. I haven't done as much in free agency as I'd hoped, and these are what I'm kind of looking at getting. Maybe Emmanuel Sanders, maybe Reggie Nelson, and we bring back a couple guys and bring in a depth player in Tavon Austin. Man, I keep seeing Tyrod Taylor comments. Let me just see what his ratings even look like on here. Bad deep accuracy. His accuracy isn't good enough. I don't want Tyrod Taylor. A third quarterback wouldn't be like a bad idea for us to go get. How's Ponder look? There's Keenum. RG3. You can't work with those accuracies. It's impossible. Brian Hoyer. Oh my. How do you have a 69 short accuracy? That's like impossible to be that bad. I mean, maybe we bring in Mike Glennon later. Or maybe not. The Panthers are bidding on 2 backup quarterbacks. I hope they get them both. Okay. So what to do at this point? Maybe we just sim forward and see how things shape out. Because I've kind of looked at everything I need to look at. And now I have some more scouting points to spend. I'm going to go straight to that wide receiver I talked about earlier. It is... Where is he? He's hiding down here somewhere. It is... I forget his name. AJ Vincent. The 4-3 guy. Oh my goodness. C- catching. Nothing to see here. All that hype for nothing. Dontrell Mason from North Dakota. C+ catch in traffic. Oh, it's a Quan Hicks. B catching, B spec, B- catch in traffic. Okay. Let's check out another late tight end, maybe. Nah, not a huge fan of that. Brody Scott, C catching. I do think like 4 tight ends might be the sweet spot this year if we have a heavy twin tight end focus. I feel like I should look at some more tackles, though. Here's a 5.9. Not a lot of reps. B toughness? No. B pass block? I'll continue looking here. B minus toughness. C run block. Wow. Not good. Shaquem Thomas. B impact. C plus run. How about BJ Clay? B minus impact. I need to find some guys that have higher strength. Like this guy, Alex Harrison, with B minus toughness and his bad pass block. How about Trey Wade? B plus run, B minus pass, B minus impact. Okay, that is a late round tackle I am interested in. Now, if I want to get another pass rusher, if I miss out on Brandon Graham, let's see what's out there. I really want to see what this guy's last rating is. C pursuit. Okay. So let me see. B plus power move, C plus pursuit, C plus hit power. Wow. Some really bad players in this draft. Everyone wants me to check out Vaccaro. I'll check out Kenny Vaccaro. Just give me a minute. Derek Kitchens. Nah, I'm not that impressed with his combine stats. Where are the 3-4 guys at? I do want to see, like, the pass rushers out here. Khalid Green is, like, the only one here. Any defensive ends I missed out on? Need to find those force players. Freddie Gandy. He had the best vert, or the best 40 and the third best vert. And I can't scout him yet. So let me write down right and Freddie Gandy. And before I sim forward, I will check out Kenny Vaccaro. I saw his name pop up like 48 times. I have a strong safety. That's right. Yeah, I'm not paying him $5 million a year. I have a strong safety I like, and he's not even good in coverage. Have him, KC. Stage 4. Here we go. Look at that. YouTube. Look at Mike getting my YouTube link out there. Thank you, Mike. So we're getting close to the draft. This has been a very long process to get this far. I'm diligent, though. I take my time. I'm not in a hurry. And I want to, make this team as good as I can. So that's what I'm doing. All right. We had some acceptances, including Emmanuel Sanders. So we do get a wide receiver in Emmanuel Sanders. He is the type of receiver I wanted. We also get Tavon Austin. Wow. We got Dakota Watson, Reggie Nelson, McCray stays, Boykin leaves, and Gratz leaves along with Brandon Graham. So next up is going to be the draft. Let me just sort out the depth chart quick and give you guys a look at what we have. I will check out draft stories for you. Wideouts. There's Emmanuel Sanders. That's a big get for us. And he has significantly good, I think his confidence is like maxed out. Or it's a 99, yeah. So, Sanders will be a very, very nice move for us. And then we could still use some line help. But look at this. Ryan Cole might get some good guard snaps in preseason. He was a center. But look at these ratings. His impact is great, and the other two blocking ratings are pretty good with a good strength. So I want to see him play some guard this year, maybe get a chance to start. He'll have a fair chance to do so. Let's see. Paul Posluszny in the middle here. Did his ratings go down at all? 79 speed. It all kind of seems the same. At corner, We now have Nate Bell here, along with Devon House, Demetrius McCray, and Michael Bryan. Reggie Nelson we signed. And Nelson should offer us a better free safety option than Byron Maxwell, I think. What's his catching? I'm just wondering. Do they show it on here? 73. Maybe that makes him better at not getting beat deep. Maybe it makes him actually go up for the ball and knock it away or catch it. Oh, and of course we signed Tavon Austin. Can't forget about that. There's Tavon, and he's going to be moved to running back. He's still going to play some receiver for us, but that's some big-time speed added for us to go get Tavon Austin and to add Emmanuel Sanders. That immediately helps out what we needed on offense. We could still use a lineman, still use a couple different things. I want to see the trade center quick. Just want to see what's up here in the trade block. Max Sam from the Vikings. They're already putting him on the trade block. Brett Hundley. Ryan Matthews is on the trade block. Cody Latimer. Sammy Coates. Jeff Janis. Ty Montgomery. Justin Hardy. Jamison Crowder. There was someone I was actually wondering. Oops. I actually had planned to perhaps make a huge trade in this series, but I've gone away from the idea. I was going to think about trading a high pick for Leonard Williams because the Jets have Richardson, Harrison, and Wilkerson, and they've kept all three of them. And so I thought about trading for Leonard Williams, but I want to get Franklin Fitzgerald on the field. We still have Senderick Marks. I don't think that it'd be wise for us to wait to give off a high pick for Leonard Williams, who might not even start for us. He doesn't even start now, and he only had 2 years on his contract. So it looks like we have another round of scouting, and then it's off to the draft, the main event of the offseason. Let me go to the right ends quick and get Gandy. Freddie Gandy. B+ pursuit, C tackle, and C block shedding. Not fantastic. How about Alan Lynch? 6'7". You can see why a lot of these guys are projected to not be drafted. But we're very close to making some new Jaguars here. We're gonna have the draft in just a few minutes. Thank you guys for being patient. Let's see. Let me just go by all positions now. Not really looking at these quarterbacks. I've done a pretty good job at scouting the early guys. That was kind of the first thing I did. We have to check draft stories. I forgot about that. Pretty good combine here. Asa Fields. 4.52. I'm not taking a running back that early anyway. Let me check out later running back. 7.1 here. Oh, a fifth? Oh, okay. He was projected to be fourth, so it's not that big of a drop, but you see. Good agility here. Is a one-cut guy. A juke, B- spin, C+ stiff arm. AJ Kelly, 4.49. Interested. 4.52 for Deion Neal. And Dex Ward is a 4.54. Devon Jordan. Probably worth scouting at least. B. Nick Alden, 4.46. There's Bins. Nicholas Dent. That's how the A- juke. I thought it'd be pretty good. Rennell Curse. No. I wish I could sort it by like fastest 40 though, and just take a look at that. Look at this guy, 5'9", 186, and only a 4.6 speed. Off the watch list. Marcus Moody, 4.54. Garrison Scott, 4.52. Marcus Tate, 4.52 with good agility and 3 A+ ratings. That's pretty good. All right. We're just about ready to begin the draft. Anything else I need to do my due diligence on here? It's Ryan Matthew. Oh, okay. There you go. Find a nice center in the 5th round. That's cool. I have 1 point left. Can't spend it. So that's the scouting, guys. And next up, we have the draft. So it's time to jump forward. Let me just save it quick. By the way, I will save it quick, but before we get to the draft, I just wanted to see some of the contracts that were handed out. Like, I want to see what Boykin got, and I want to see what Brandon Graham got. I should run a poll and see if the chat wants House to be cut. Yeah, I want to see if we can get one to go to 100%. It ended up being a signed Sanders split of 54% yes, which is what we ultimately did. Yeah, do a house poll. Oh, I have to check draft stories. So 1 second, guys. Why do the Vikings got to keep signing ex-Packers? Like, their reputation is so true. They just got to stop. So Case Keenum goes to the Panthers. Brandon Graham to the Cardinals for over $5 million a year. Panthers also got Chase Daniel. Where are all the high-rated players? Okay, Malcolm Butler gets over $4 million a year. Yeah, corners get paid. Not that $4 million is a lot, but his rating isn't that high. Oh, Gerald Hodges actually got more than I thought he would. I was interested in Gerald Hodges a little bit. Wow, Carl Nicks accepting that deal. Things must have really fallen off. Orion Khalil, nice little deal there. Over $6 million for a guy who's like 30-something. Now look at that. The Patriots signed Ponder. Does Mike have the poll? Okay. There's the straw poll for cutting Devon House. I want to see what this looks like. Dwayne Bowe is still getting paid. My goodness. Unbelievable. Wow, Phil Oldholt, that's way too much for a guy who can't pass block. I hope we play against the Giants. I'll check out the poll here in a little bit. The Devon House poll. There goes Kawan Williams. Good for him. Look at that. Man, $6 million a year. A little over that. I wasn't going to pay that. There's the Emmanuel Sanders contract on there. Mark Sanchez is a Texan. Look at Jelani Jenkins' contract. That's outrageous. Over $7 million a year. Sharif Floyd gets over 10. Over 11, actually. Good for him. So I think we're ready now to head on to the draft. Let me just check the poll quick on Devon House. The results say 83% cut. I don't want to cut him yet. I mean, we don't have that many cornerbacks on the team right now. Oh, draft stories quick. I'm sorry. And the news should have the big deals. Mike Tolbert to the Giants. Calais Campbell getting $70 million a year. Or $70 million in total. Somehow Vernon Davis got that contract. Brandon LaFell gets a lot from the Titans. They get another big receiver. Giovanni Bernard getting almost $10 million a year from the Buccaneers. DeMarcus Ware to the Browns. Charles Johnson to the Rams. Matt Barkley. Oh my goodness. Almost $7 million a year to replace Eli Manning. I hope we play the Giants so bad. Phil Lodeholt with 75 pass blocking, protecting Matt Barkley. The Bears get Vincent Jackson. Look at Tyrod. You wanted me to pay that much for Tyrod Taylor? Out of your mind. Rashad Jones getting $10 million a year. Drew Brees getting almost 20. Play 1 year in Philly. Sean Smith went for $15 million to Chicago. Oh, the Saints lost Drew Brees, but it's okay. They added Brandon Whedon to strengthen the quarterback position. Look at that. Reggie Nelson looking good in that Jaguar uniform again. That's actually exactly why I targeted Demetrius McCurry. I did think he'd fit my system. It's a 2-year contract. Oh my goodness. Colin Kaepernick to the Bills. These teams are starting to get messed up, and I love it. Draft stories. Dustin Barr threw a perfect 60 on his scripted pro day. Jorge Smith suffered an ankle sprain and is backing out of the combine. Okay. Julius Bennett, one of the quicker linebackers. Okay. So remember Julius Bennett. We know he's good. And A.J. Walsh is good. Trade house for Whedon. Okay, now I think it's time to get to the draft.